This room didn't even exist a few months ago. Now we've got £1,000 to build a bathroom from scratch, and today we're seeing how far that budget can get us. But let me take you back to day one before any of this was installed. I don't think I've shown you what we've done in here so far, so just a quick catch up. We obviously built this room out of the master bedroom, fitted a new window here. This was just a brick wall. We've called out for a new soil stack and routed that all along the side of the house. And that was probably the biggest and hardest job that I've ever had to do.
So I think next steps, we obviously need to finish plasterboarding and plaster this entire room before we can get any tiles on the wall. But to get to that stage, Ewan needs to plumb. So
yeah, we've got a few issues with plumbing in here because this was just a bedroom. We've got some pipes routed in here, nothing connected yet, hot and cold feed. We've got no means of waste going out of the house, so all this is something that is racking our brains and we're trying to figure out the best solutions for all that stuff.
Just as an idea, we've got towel rail here, so Ewan's going to have to plumb some pipes up into this wall, a sink, corner shower, toilet. We're obviously doing the bathroom from the very start point, and usually you'd at least have the plumbing and old suite in place, and we don't have that luxury, so we're kind of just playing it by ear and seeing where we get.
The first stage to this would be to plaster the room, but we couldn't do that until we fitted the radiator pipes for the new towel rail. And as we wanted them in the wall, we had to do this first. I'm not a plumber, but I have done this sort of stuff before. So I've soldered these in. Obviously it's not ideal, but I've just used these isolator valves just so I can test the soldering that I've done. This has been sat for a half an hour now, and there's no leaks around these fittings there. So that all went well. And then also the ones under the floorboard that connect it up to the rest of the house is also all in there. I didn't film too much of this because of the space I had. But yeah, those also have no leaks. So next will be to get the plasterboard on that wall and move on to plastering hopefully tomorrow. Behind the camera you good. And now that that's out the way, we could quickly plasterboard this wall and get this room ready to plaster. Let's start this bathroom. We've got multiple videos on plastering, so let's skim through this and get onto the bathroom.
It's been a week since we last caught up, and we moved along a tiny bit in the bathroom renovation. The main thing is a lot of the first fix plumbing is now done. So you'll see wastage plumbing under the floorboards is in, ready for the shower, sink and toilet. And then this piece of ply is ready for the shower tray, and he's gonna have to just replaster these back in. Not too concerned because obviously all of this will be tiled. So today's plan is just to get this ready for tiling, and then I just need to seek out some tiles. In the meantime,
look at this, heartbreaking. The shower tray we ordered was the ceramic one, and the manufacturer states that it has to be laid on a bed of sand and cement, which is what we're doing here. And the idea is just to bed it onto that. It's not to stick it down, it's just to act as a bed and a level surface. You need to have your hand like this side.
yeah, put it.
You move your right hand because it's in the corner. Down. Now you would think when fitting a shower tray that you'd want it sloped to one end, but actually you want it perfectly level on each end, and the slope is actually pre-built into the middle section. I'd like to thank MDF Warehouse for supplying the skirting boards and architraves on this project, but more on fitting those later. We're finally moving on to tiling the bathroom. These are the lovely tiles that we've found. We've got a good deal on these, and they're like a stone texture but porcelain tile. So I think what we're going to do is, the wall tiles are similar width, the same width but different height, so we think we want the grout lines to continue up the wall. So basically first thing we're going to do now is start cutting underneath this door frame here, and we also need to cut this tile down. We've got two tile cutters. We've got the wet one, which we normally always use, and I bought this dry one last time, but it kept cracking all the tiles, so I think we're going to try one, and if it breaks it, then we're just going to stick to the wet tile cutter. So you're meant to just like a little bit of pressure and score it 3 times, which is what I did last time, but
Try and score it there. Come on. It's like, this is flexing, isn't it? So it's like absorbing the bounce. Look at it. Yeah?
Maybe it's just not strong enough.
I'm not actually sure how you fill it up. Literally sprays everywhere. You water in the weeds.
That's got to be spun.
Oh my god, right at the face.
When laying tiles, there's a few ways people do them. A lot of people will cut them all to size first and then stick them down, but we decided to just do it as we were going.
First 4 in. And then you're going to be cutting it around the shower tray.
I just might make my baby. So what I'm doing here, as you can see, oh, that's not good, is it? The shower tray is not even bloody.
Oh, that's your fault, that is.
No, the actual shower tray. Got a straight edge down the side of the tray and making a mark on the tile, because this has got to slot in about that much just to match up with that grout line. Do you get it?
Yep. Go on, Hughes. Come on now. Oh, it looks tight. Perfect.
Go. It's a tedious job cutting each one individually, especially with the more smaller cuts on the edge of the room. But there was a method to this. We wanted to give the illusion of a bigger room by having the big tiles in the centre.
God, that was stressful.
I think we've done a good job of this. For the space we had yesterday, it was difficult getting in some areas. Thank God that the floor's done and we can start moving on to the walls. I'm definitely one of those people to spend too long making sure everything's perfect, so I've just decided I'm going to make a batch and just start with the full tiles, because otherwise I'll be here all day. As you can see, I'm using this batten on the wall to start my first row of tiles, and that just allows me to have a level surface to work from and also not have to worry about those little cuts underneath until afterwards. Oh yeah.
Happy with that? Looks really good so far. To save money, we did floor to ceiling tiles only in the shower enclosure area. It also helped with time, as tiling takes a good few days. All the tiles are on. I've done a first coat of the ceiling. I think we're going to start grouting, and then all we're going to decide is what colour paint we want on the walls. We'll see. Okay. We chose a cream grout, and we were working against time here, as you can only leave it on the tiles for up to 10 minutes before needing to wipe it off.
We've had a big major milestone happen in this bathroom today. We finally got an upstairs toilet, which we haven't had, well, the house has never had an upstairs toilet, but we've actually got a nice working toilet now, rather than that horrible one downstairs. I'm actually really quite proud of that. So yes, I pretty much fitted this toilet yesterday, tested it, there's no leaks or anything, so that's all good. We're going to try and carry on moving forward with this bathroom, so I think I'm going to now fit the towel rail, which will go just there. The bathroom is really coming together now. We've just got to keep pushing to get it done. See, the pipes are already coming out the wall. I've got to then somehow measure off of those to get the fixing points in for the brackets. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. I'll drain the system first and then I'll figure out some sort of plan. Okay, so I have made a mistake on this one. When I originally built the wall, I put in some extra studs to hold the radiator, but something's gone wrong somewhere and I'm about an inch off where I put those studs, so I can just see it just there, but it's not in the right place. The only real option I've got is to just cut a little bit of the wall away, put another stud in, and then repatch that bit of plasterboard up. So that should be enough just to get a piece, slide it up there, and I can get a couple fixings in here. And I'll also use some adhesive and then put that piece back in. Then it's just a case of a little bit of filler sand. Yeah, really not ideal, but it's fixable and that's all that matters. I've just put it on the wall. I need to fill those and sand those properly, but that's the little piece that I took out there. So I think next I'm going to have a look at this architrave and skirting board. As I said, that has its own few little problems just because this wall tapers out a bit more up here. But I'm not going to overthink it, I just need to get it done. So the skirting board and architrave that we've got is from mdfwarehouse.com. I'd just like to say a massive thank you to them because they've supplied us with those materials for the upstairs of our house. Yeah, it's been a brilliant experience throughout. They were really quick with the delivery. The delivery driver even helped me carry them all inside as well, which was a massive help. So I'm going to go and fit those now, and if you do want any materials like that for your projects in the future, make sure to have a look on mdfwarehouse.com. As I said, brilliant service. I can't do the skirting until the architrave's on, so start with that one. 199.5. So all these products are MDF obviously, and they also come primed, which is really helpful. We've gone for the square edge architrave on this one, but there are a few different options. So this is a skirting board we've got. Once again, it's primed. You get two options on this. So you got the, obviously, like the traditional Torgy, I think it is, side. You get that option as well, which is kind of maybe a more modern look. But I think we're gonna go for this side. Put it on. It should be. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Finishes it off so nicely. Just need to stick that on now. Put a few nails in it. Really happy with all these products, so if you want anything like this yourself, make sure you head to mdfwarehouse.com, links in the description, check them out for yourself. I think we can call that a success and the end of the first part of this bathroom renovation. Hopefully next time, well not hopefully, definitely next time, we'll have the shower installed, the shower enclosure, and we'll have obviously the towel rail all plumbed in and hopefully a nice painted room as well, which is exciting. That is it for this video, and once again everything is linked below. But other than that, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.